Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dharma friends, when it comes to our ordinary life, we practice meditation to uplift our awareness or the wisdom. And at the same time, how we can use the wisdom in day-to-day life. So when it comes to our day-to-day life, one of the important thing we have to know that we have to appreciate as this human life that we have this, and we have to appreciate without any condition, without any arguments. We have to appreciate the moment that we have. This all come as a result of the blessings and the merits that we have done in our past. And so when you become aware, when your wisdom become more clear, this is what you recognize in the very first level. You recognize the very existence yourself is a bliss. And at the same time, there is a risk also. Seeing that risk also part of the wisdom. It is not only see the dharma or the nature, and see the karma also part of the wisdom. So be very clear when the wisdom arises, because otherwise we tangle to things. We have this all as a part of the bliss and part of the blessings and part of the all the merits that we have done in our past. So seeing that, appreciating it is one part of the wisdom. And other thing is, there's a risk also with this. So when it comes to that, when it comes to bliss, there are four things happen as a part of the bliss or the blessings as a part of the karma, the good karma. What are those four? Kala, upadi, gati, prayoga. The kala means time, and it can be a bliss for you. It can be kind of like a blessings for you. It can become kind of like a luck for you. Kala. Upadi means the birthplace, the where you born, your bloodline, your ancestors, your relatives, parents. So that also can become, it is also part of the blessings, because that as a result of your previous karma, you born in a place. So that's where you connect to that bloodline. It can become the blessings. And the upadi is that. And the gati means that it's all the facilities that you have when you born as a person, whoever you want to be. So around you, you gain necessary facilities to fulfill your dream that you have inherent inside you to become who you are. I think I put it correctly. So the kala, upadi, gati, the gati is a kind of that that you have all the facilities around you to become who you are. And the prayoga is the wisdom or the necessary knowledge. That wisdom is the prayoga is not related to this vipassana knowledge. It's a more kind of like a common sense. You to live in life, you have to have common sense. So this prayoga sampatti is a kind of like a bliss that you have the common sense to live with others without getting disturbed or without making disturb to others. That also come as a part of the blessings or the merits that you have done in the past. So these all four things come as a part of the blessing. So when you have this all in the right place, you can say you have a good life. You are so lucky. You have so much blessings that all the stars in, turn to your side and everything that align to guide you. Then nothing go wrong. Kala, Upadi, Gati, Prayoga. Kala is timing. Upadi, the birthplace. The Gati, the facilities. Prayoga, the wisdom or the knowledge to maintain. And seeing this is a kind of wisdom. Another thing is, this is a bliss. The thing is this, the very nature is, it always twist, change these four qualities. If you don't see that, your own bliss can become suffering. So the timing, the kala, it's always changed. So kalas, there are two ways, kala sampatti and kala vipatti. So sometimes the time can become the bliss for you, and sometimes time can become the suffering or the very bad for you. Kala sampatti, kala vipatti. Another thing is upadi sampatti, upadi vipatti. That means that the birthplace or your bloodline can become bliss for you and become good for you, and then you say you are so lucky to born like that. And at the same way, kala vipatti means your birthplace can become unlucky. It always change. It never going to be permanent. It always change moment by moment. And the gati, all the facilities that the facilities that are around you to fulfill your desire to become who you are. When you have that things, as example, you want to become a writer, and then right away you have the pen and the paper next to you. And at the same time, so when you have that, you see, oh, I am so lucky, I got it. When I think about it, I got it. And maybe you thinking to buy something, the purse or shoes or any kind of garment and ornament or like that. Right away, when you think, right away you see it, maybe online or maybe you go to a mall, and then you right away see that exactly then you think, oh, I am so lucky, I got it. So that's a sampati, that's a bliss. And at the same way, it can become vipatti also. That means what you maybe want, you will never find it. And then it can lead you to suffer and burning. And the prayog, kala upadigati prayoga is means the common sense or the maintaining the knowledge or the wisdom in day-to-day life to maintain your life without having any disturb or without getting any disturb or without doing harm to others. And when all the four things become good, you may need bliss. Another thing is the very nature, this can go, it's kind of like a flip, it's kind of like a change. So then You have to be very careful with this. Important thing is the wisdom mean in the middle, you don't get attached to this anything. You don't get attached to this anything. You don't get attached to time. It doesn't matter that overall you look in the bigger picture. You don't get attached to time. Maybe it is good, but you have the knowledge. The time can change. And maybe that maybe the bad time come, like you see what we experience now this time. And if you had the bliss to enjoy good time, and according to that enjoyment that you have had when the time was good, and the same amount of suffering now you having because of this time period, that is what the nature. So that's always related with this kind of merits. That is the one thing that the merits, it's good. Merits you need to conventional life, but this is the risk with the merits. So before the Buddha, people used to be so crazy for the merits, and people used to be afraid for the karma. But those are the four qualities. Once you recognize these four qualities, you're not going to be having kind of like a negative thoughts regarding karma. You're not going to afraid for kind of like give up everything because of the karma. Why? Because this always change. And once you really know this, all the four qualities, and when you able to get the wisdom to this middle, and then you can change this all. So the kala is one example. Sometimes the good timing come and then the time change. So then when you have the good time, don't try to facilities and don't try to be late with that good timing. And as soon as possible, you should know this is not going to be forever, maybe it change. And then when you have bad timing, don't worry about it. Don't be sad. Don't get disappointed. Why? Maybe it going to change to other side. So this nothing is permanent. So then don't stuck there. And don't be so proud, don't be so happy, don't be so egocentric because, oh, you're having good timing. It can change right away. Things can disappear. So that's why to change something, especially the time, it doesn't take much. So then you have to be very careful. When you have the right timing, if you are really wise and develop your wisdom, don't try to develop the merits, because you already have the merits, and it is okay to do something. There's nothing wrong with that, but the most important part, not to stuck with the merits, but to focus to the wisdom, and somehow little by little get into the right path of the wisdom. So that is where you investing your merits to uplift you. If you invest the merits to earn the merits, your sansara going to become forever. Maybe you're going to have good time, but always it's not going to be good. That's the thing. That is the weak point with the merit. Maybe you are other good things, all the three things good, but timing is wrong. Timing is not good. So like this time, look, that this time period, everybody need to stay in one place and stuck everybody everywhere. See, it's timing. Maybe you have everything good. Maybe you have the jet, you can fly everywhere, but nowadays, you have to keep it. And maybe you had a good point with traveling, and then, but now you cannot use that point nowadays. And so we think maybe it say after 2020 you're going to expire your points. So then what will happen? You have a voucher to use, so you cannot use it. See, that you got it as a part of the merits, but wrong timing. That's why you have to develop the wisdom in day-to-day life to see this. It is very sharp. I just explained this, but it is very sharp, very in day-to-day life with one thought, and you see this how it's happening. And the upadi, the birthplace. And sometimes you can become so proud that you became this bloodline like that. And so there are some people, they born in a place, no escape. They born in a place, somebody going to kill them. There are places, there are like that. You see that when somebody see their surname, right away, they look twice. There are birth place like that. So maybe you become so proud about somebody that you became regarding your birth, that the surname. But remember, right away, it can change. So it related to the bliss or the blessings, but it's not permanent. So then wherever, if you born in a good place, remember, develop the wisdom, do the good things, develop the wisdom, get the best out of that. Don't just go with the using the developing the greed, hatred, and the delusion. Look how many, their grandparents maybe worked so hard, came from poor families, worked so hard and achieved to success and build up a very good name in the history. And maybe now they are grandchildren, and they because of their grandparents sacrifice, today they have a very good family background, and they have good name today, and they have good wealth today. And then these children, what they does, they go here and they are destroy everything, and then sometimes they kill themselves, they destroy the society, and they destroy the wealth, they destroy the family history, and finally they kill themselves. And then, see what happened. So that's why the family, when it come as a blessing or the curse, but still if you become wise in this very moment, you can change it. Always the karma, always the blessings that go with this, all the four things: kala, timing, the birthplace, and the facilities, environment, and the common sense. Always go with this four. The karma deal with this four. So if you become wise, you can change it. When you know the situation, you can change it, rather than that accelerate the karma or the demerits, and you can accelerate the power of the good side of it. And you born in a good place because you have done good things, and then using this time you make it more good, and at the same time you develop the wisdom. But the final point, the bottom line, is get into the ultimate bliss of awareness or the nibbana. So that is the point. And then the birthplace, I can give another example, make it very simple, how it is possible like that way. So like, everybody knows that it is okay, I take the responsibility. So Osama bin Laden, and it was kind of a name that everywhere people, even afraid to tell. So how about his son, born in that place? And then the right away that the son born as in that family line, and how many people start to look him as a kind of like related to the terrorism. And even that its own background, wherever he is, that other everybody start to make him as a leader, because he born in that place. See the birth. And now how about So now that he start to practice meditation, then suddenly there is a news come. Osama bin Laden's son practice vipassana, meditation, because that it is one of the ancient Buddhist country, and his grandparents and parents used to destroy all the Buddha statue. How about he come tomorrow telling, oh, Osama bin Laden's son, maybe if we hear this, oh, he going to build that all the the Buddha statues that whatever the destroyed by the ancestors, he going to build everything, rebuild the country. And how? Things going to change. And from that point, the name, the birthplace going to change something else. So it like that. So then yourself also the same. There is something inherent with your birthplace. So you can accelerate it or you can change it. To do that, you have to have the awareness. Otherwise, you're not going to do it. Here, our point is adding that awareness rather than go with it. And the gati, then in day-to-day life, this all the facilities. Sometimes you have things, sometimes you don't have it. This all happen as a part of the blessings. And so whatever you have today, maybe that everything can disappear, that completely come to a point. There's nothing. Sometimes, see that few months ago, people used to be crazy, go to, supermarkets and buy things. And within 5 minutes, 10 minutes, all the supermarket become empty. And how about tomorrow? This everything, and as example, this internet, this power, this everything disappear. So then are you going to get disappointed? Now you have internet, or you can go and you can go to Facebook, all the time, and you go YouTube and watching. And so maybe you think, oh, it's so good, and our ancestors didn't have this. When the Spanish, the flu happened, they didn't have, we have this all. You can be happy, but how about tomorrow? This everything shut down. Are you going to be mad? So see that the blessing that you had can become curse. So are you going to be worried, frustrated? So then when you use this, you have to know that there is something underneath. This is not going to be forever. It always change, flip. And the prayoga, the prayoga in the conventionally, the common sense that you have to maintain your life. The wisdom that you have to have, the knowledge that you have using this all the material things, and to uplift your inner purpose to become who you are in a conventional life. So then in an eternal way also you can use this all, using this all, you have teachings and you are well, very healthy, and you understand things, you can hear things, you have a moment to practice and using this all, and you invest to practice the vipassana. So then this all the blessings you get and invest to the best. So then you become the best investor. So this all kind of like a spiritual currency. Remember this. And so rather than you can use it to develop that currency, that is good, and that is also part of your journey. You should have. Why? Because we don't know how far we have to go. So it is good, but at the same time you have to know that is not permanent. Any time can change. The birth can change, and today maybe that whatever the uh, family background, whatever your surname, maybe somebody is there and everybody today don't know anybody, and tomorrow maybe do go somewhere and do something bad, and from that day what happening to your surname, then it going to change. It happened. And you know that the when that all this the terrorist things happened, and I think John F. Kennedy Airport, the Salman Khan, because of his Khan name, and that they kept him, hours, because of the name, the Khan, it's a Muslim name. It was, it was on news. So see it right away. That's why you can be happy, but right away you have to know it. Anytime it can change. So, and the facilities, these things, anytime can disappear. So it is okay to use it, but remember, never clinging to that. And the common sense, even the knowledge in that things also the same. If something hit her, to this head, sometimes this everything can disappear, and anymore you don't recognize even your son and daughter. See, sometimes this Parkinson's and disease, that sometimes people cannot recognize that other people, dementia, and they lost their mind. they, so then how you can trust? I know this much, I know this much, I know this, that. So what's the point? Maybe that everything take only 1 second, and brain stroke, that, that everything disappear. So don't be so proud about these things. Just remember, use these things and know these things come as a blessing, and at the same time, anytime it can change to curse. But still, this both, remember, take as impermanent. So that the wisdom you have to keep, and as soon as possible use this spiritual currency to develop your awareness, understanding, and the wisdom to attain to supreme bliss of liberation. And once you get into that, you done. So with that, I bless upon everyone with this good practice. May all of you be well, happy, and peaceful. May no harm come to you, may no difficulties come to you, may no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of liberation or the Nibbana. Sabbitiyo vajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavatantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. Ettavata chammi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamunchutu. Bless you. Thank you very much, everybody.